What's up? What's going on? All right. This video is going to be called Empath Experience. An empath's experience. I like the way your body is. Obvious, okay. It's not too obvious. Oh Lord. Alright, fuck it. Fuck it. We'll just do it like this. My phone holder is not working at the moment. It's being difficult. Alright, so an empath's journey. The definition of an empath to me would be someone who can feel the emotional responses of others without them actively doing it. So it can pick up on all the mental and emotional energies that's around it at the time. So say, for example, we're out and about. We living life. We doing our thing. And you ever been like, let's see some examples of this. Would be like at work, or just still even out and about, where it's like, you know, someone deep down inside doesn't really fuck with you, but you know, like they're acting cordial. They're doing all the cultural characteristics to show that they don't want any, you know what I'm saying, they don't want any problems. They don't want no war. You know what I'm saying? They're saying hey, they're waving, they're smiling. So they're doing all the, you know, behavioral body actions that show that, you know, I don't want no problems. But inside you can tell like, oh, this person don't really fuck with me. Or this person don't really like, they not feeling me. They're not on the same frequency as I am. Like, I might be coming out of love and these niggas already on some hateful shit. Matter of fact, people of color can definitely know what the fuck I'm talking about. When you're walking into a store and no one said it or did anything, but you can already tell like, oh yeah, I'm not wanted here. You know what I mean? It's not even just we don't have to isolate it to racism. It can even be, you know, anywhere you just feel like, oh yeah, I might not be wanted here. No one said anything. No one told me I wasn't wanted here. But I can already kind of tell, like, okay, I'm getting the judgy vibes. I'm getting the, okay, what is this person doing here? I'm already feeling the energy. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that is a very simple example of an empath. It doesn't have to be this big, you know, I be feeling everything. No, it's just like I pick up on energetic cues where nothing has to be said really, but I can still feel what's going on in the undercurrent, right? So that to me is a journey of an empath. An empath is them, and it's funny because I remember, shout out to Feel Good. He's also another YouTuber. He said that the next stage of an empath is a telepathic, and I believe that because I've had instances where I've like read people's minds, said already was thinking about what they was thinking about, just all types of, you know, and I can break down that more, but right now I want to stay on topic. But all an empath really is that you're just picking up on the true intentional energies and feelings of that person or people. A lot of times, a lot of people, due to ignorance and whatnot, they think that their thoughts and their feelings are to themselves. They think that, you know, if I'm having an internal dialogue in my head that's talking down on this person, but I didn't say it out loud, that means that like no one can see me or hear me or feel me, and that's not the case. Like, we can most certainly feel and read everything that's damn near going on inside of you. We just waiting for you to speak up, and you know that's what humans do. You know, you gotta let them come to you first. Because if you don't, then it just looks like you was attacking them, when really you already knew what the fuck was going on. But sometimes you just gotta give people the space to make them feel like, you know, they did it all by themselves. But really, I already knew you didn't fuck with me. I already knew you was jealous of me. I already knew you liked me. I already knew you didn't like me. These are all the things that you can just pick up once you start tapping into your intuition, empathic. I don't give a fuck what words I'll have for it. I'm just relating the experience out, because I remember coming up and me saying these things and me going through these things. There was no examples and everybody just acted like I was crazy and stupid. Now we in the year 2024, where being an empath, I think I just seen that on a fucking commercial. So the empath's journey is balancing out to me, it's will and still trying to be honored, to bring honor and respect to those around it. Meaning that it's a different type of a life experience or human experience when, okay, think about it. I'm a regular human. I go to the club. In my mind, and in my perception, in my mindset, and in my experience in that moment, I'm only on the path that I wanted for myself. I wanted to go to the club. So now we at the club. I'm having a good time. I'm only centered in feeling myself and what I wanted. But then what happens when there we go. I gotta get it shape up. But what happens when I can, like, okay, I say, okay, now an empath goes to the club or any event for that matter. Now it's not solely on me now. Now I'm feeling everybody in this bitch. I can't just strictly just be, I mean, I can. There are ways you can do that. There, you can, you know, just say fuck how they feeling and still do what I have to do. That's a fact. That is very true. But at the same time, to me, when it first started off, it's like you have so many. As an empath, you do want to do a lot of things, but then it's like, okay, for example, it's very easy to be a singer if I'm not feeling all y'all niggas hating on me at the same time. Like, I'm dealing with the stress of myself, I'm dealing with the anxieties of myself, and now I get around you motherfuckers and I'm feeling all your shit too. And so it might be a little harder, or I might have some resistance, because I'm coming here to clearly give peace, love, and joy in my expression of singing. I'm coming here to give peace, love, and dance in my expression of dancing and being at the club. But now that I done goddamn came to the club and came to do what I gotta do, now I'm feeling your shit. I'm feeling you hating on me. I'm feeling your weird ass looks. I'm feeling your weird ass vibe. Like, that disrupts the whole experience. So when you get these people where it's like, I'm an introvert, or I don't like being bothered, I don't be like, no, it's really just like, no, you just don't like picking up on people's bullshit. That's really what it is. You just don't like picking up with the trash of people who are out here and not doing the internal work inside of themselves. So now they're going out here just polluting up the goddamn mental airwaves and shit. Because that's really how, and I feel like a lot of empaths can relate to this. Tell me, I swear to God, when you by yourself, it's like clear skies. It's like it's clear skies. Even if you're not doing nothing. When you by yourself, it's peace, it's love. Sun is out, clear skies. Damn near see the stars. But then you get around other people. But then other people start coming in the midst. Now all of a sudden, heavy pollution. Where all these fucking clouds come from? Hey, is that a plane? Like, that to me is like how it is to me. Like, when I get around people, that's kind of low-key what it is. And there's no, like, this is not talking down against people. I go out, I have friends. I'm about to go to, I think I'm about to throw a party in Charlotte next week. Like, I've learned how to maneuver. But I do feel that conversations like these need to be had so that people know what's going on and have a reference point for what they're experiencing. But a lot of the process and the journey of just being an empath is really just learning how to say fuck everybody. Fuck how you feel, fuck how you feel, fuck how you feel. If I came here to do something that I wanted to accomplish, then that's getting accomplished. I don't give a fuck about all the projections that's being put on me at that time. I don't care about, okay, you hating on me from afar. I can feel that shit. That's the thing. If we're going to acknowledge frequencies, if we're going to acknowledge vibrations, if we're going to acknowledge resonance, if we're going to acknowledge our toroidal field that literally picks up on everything in a 6 foot, in an immediate 6 foot. That's why during the coronavirus, they want everybody to stay 6 feet away from each other. And it, depending on who you are, your toroidal field is way bigger than 6 feet. That shit can be a whole city's, you know what I'm saying, the whole city's worth. So it's like, I know we live in this day and age where it's very like solo, me first, me. But at the same time, it's like if you only realize how many influences are a part of your now, you will realize it's not really just you. If you only realize like you really just walking in the steps of your ancestors. If you really realize like, damn, I only thought about that because the person I just had with me was kind of thinking the same thing, and they was thinking of it so attentively that now I'm thinking of, like, it's so many influences, there's so many things out here that's influencing us that I feel like a lot of people would be, then I don't. There's more than enough technology and information out here, so really there's no reason to be surprised about shit anymore. But at the same time, it's like I said, going back, I do feel like these conversations need to be had. People need a reference point. You need a reference point in this society that we're in right now, or else. And shout out to technology. Shout out to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Like, these are all the Reddit, Twitter. These are all the social media platforms where people can, you know, put something out there and a group of people be like, man, I was on the same thing. I feel you. You're not alone. And I feel like that was one of the biggest things for me growing up. It was like, nigga just feeling like he alone in certain ways of thinking, or certain things that I was experiencing. It was just like, damn, I'm in this bitch by myself. So to conclude all that and to summarize it all up, as an empath, you're going to go through a multitude of feelings and emotions. But one thing I will say, because I didn't say a lot, but I want to give some actions. I want to put some steps in so that, you know, it can help the experience rather than me just saying a whole bunch of things that, even though you might relate to it, I still want to, you know, give you some steps to live and do what you got to do. So for all my empaths out there, before you make any decision, come to terms with what you're feeling. Before you make any decision, come to terms with where your emotions are at the moment, and you will realize that your minds, and this is probably you know, this probably isn't the biggest ideal, but, you know, I feel like it's very cliche to say, but where your emotions are is where your mind is. And I feel like it's cliche to say that, but to an empath who is constantly on this, like, it's like a surfer, like, is constantly just filling out these waves, and I'm feeling this and I'm feeling that, and I'm picking up on this and I'm picking up on that. You have to be very conscious of to what mood you are in before you make a decision. I know that's what I wish I would have told myself, my younger self. You know, like, before you make a decision, where is your emotions at? Because wherever your emotions are at, that's what's leading you. And you might come back and realize, like, that emotion was fleeting. That emotion that I felt didn't even need to be felt. That's the thing about emotions, is that emotions are nothing but energy in motion. So to base, and I had to realize this, because I was a very like, oh, if I felt it, it's real, because there's been a lot of times where I have been right, but there's been times where I've been wrong. And so I had to balance out that right side, you know, right side, creativity, intuition, you know what I'm saying, and then the logic, and then the left side, seeing the patterns, analyzing. I had to bring it all together and realize, like, okay, yes, what you're feeling is not even that it's wrong. It's just that, is it concrete? when you're making certain actions, when you're coming up with certain plans, you have to be able to base those on concrete evidence, foundation. And sometimes emotions and sometimes emotions and feelings are nothing but catalysts. They're not necessarily the foundation. They're more so like the building block, meaning like, okay, I'm not getting the vibe. Okay, let's say I'm around a group of people and I start feeling a little, it's not my element, it's not my atmosphere. I start feeling a little uncomfortable. That doesn't mean that those people did anything wrong. That just means that, okay, I need to now separate myself. I need to now create a foundation for me that, okay, next time I get into the situation, it can be a little bit more different. Because at the end of the day, us as humans, we're doing nothing but trying to get into a more comfortable space. Even if we're going through uncomfortable situations to get us through that uncomfortable space, we are eventually trying to get into a more comfortable space than where we was yesterday. So to me, when you're an empath and you're in this life and you're experiencing certain things, it cannot just strictly be based off of emotions, energy, emotion. Because think about this, what is a foundation? When we think of foundation, we think of something that is steel, do we not? Your house is not moving, and even if it is moving, it's because it was already in that person's mind while making the foundation that, okay, this is a place of heavy hurricanes, this is a place of heavy tornadoes, this is a place of heavy storms. Let me make a foundation that can move with the flow of the storm so that way it doesn't crash. But at the same time, your house is steel. Foundation a lot of times represents stillness. It represents stillness. Everything in the universe is moving, but your foundation is moving at a very slower rate. Because these are just things that you feel like, to me, I'm not going to be movable on. Or I'm not going to, you might let somebody get away with something. Okay, I'll let you get away with that. But you come up in my crib and doing that shit? No. That's grounded. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things, I'm a little shaky on, you can do that. But there's certain things in life where we're like, no, you're not doing that. Nope, we're not doing that. That to me is where your foundation is. And so being an empath, to me in this world, in order to create, because I feel like a lot of empaths and a lot of people are very more energetic, emotional, just feeling people. We want stability. But being a person who can pick up on so many energies and just feel a whole bunch of shit, it can be, energy is constantly moving, so how the fuck I'm gonna be still? How am I going to create a foundation if I'm constantly going off of my emotions, if I'm constantly going off of my feelings? And that's why I said never base certain actions. Sometimes it is right to put that, hey, it's time to put this emotion into this. Hey, my intuition was picking up on this. Let me speak on this real quick. Sometimes it's time to throw that in there. But sometimes it's time to sit down, analyze, okay, I was feeling like that yesterday. I don't feel like that now. So I damn sure can't base my foundation on that. You see what I'm saying? Like, your foundation has to be something that can withstand a multitude of seasons, a multitude of changes, all that. You don't want a house where, okay, the house that lasted the whole time, the house that lasted the whole year up to winter, now all of a sudden it's starting to crumble. You want something that can last you the whole time you're here on planet Earth. And so to me, the only way to do that is to really let me take it back. When I say find, I mean like find your personal peace and resonance in here, and base every action and decision off of that. So instead of, oh, I'm feeling this way, oh, I'm about to react. Hold on. I was feeling that. Probably not going to be feeling that in the next couple of minutes. Probably not going to be feeling that in the next couple of hours. Probably not going to be feeling that in the next couple of days, years, whatever. Let me chill out. Let me speak from a place of peace first. Let me think from a place of stability first before I go out here and create more tornadoes. You see what I'm saying? Like, deep breath. Hold on. Okay, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling that. Okay. Let me put it all together. Okay, that was in there. Okay. Okay. That happened. That experience happened. Okay, I went through that. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It really does help to keep a journal. It does. Like, even these videos I create, it helps me. It helps me see the temperaments of myself in certain phases in life, and that's very important. When you're feeling so much, when you're just absorbing so much, it can get very convoluted. It can get very just like you're just going, feeling, and it's just like I'm at a point in my life where stability is of the utmost importance of me. So everything I'm telling y'all is things I'm telling myself too. Like, everything I just told y'all about, you know, I was acting that same way. And I realized, like, even though, you know, we're us, you know, everybody is a solo human individual, and we're all selfish in our own way. You know, we all want the best for us. And when you're feeling something or you feel uncomfortable with something, that doesn't, and I had to learn that doesn't necessarily mean anyone's wrong. It just means that might not be the environment for you. For example, if I take a polar bear and put him in the desert, is it what, I'm gonna be mad at the desert? No, the polar bear, that's not the correct environment for the polar bear. So there's no point in getting mad at the desert. There's no point cussing out the sun. Nigga, take your ass, go be in an environment that's suitable for you. And I feel like that's number two, after I just said the foundation. Number one, building a foundation that is not based on emotional responses. Building a foundation that you can look back on and be like, okay, I'm glad I made that decision, because yesterday I was feeling like that. Now I'm feeling a whole nother way today. So that right there tells you that, yes, emotions are powerful, but depending on the circumstance of the experience, they have no longevity in them. So you want things that are concrete. And what's concrete is that inner peace that you maintain within yourself. The concreteness is that inner sense of calmness that you keep within yourself. And if you can keep that and go throughout life making a lot, and it's going to be difficult. I'm not saying this is like something everybody should get right every day. It's a journey. It's a process for me. I feel like, damn near, I just figured the shit out today. So like, y'all see how many videos I got up. Got about 80 some videos up. So it's like, it's a process for me too. But I feel that it's about making choices and decisions from that place of no lack, because that's another thing that gets the mind going. Lack. I'm constantly feeling like I'm lacking this. Now I gotta go get that. Now I gotta go do that. Make actions and decisions off of the calmness and the original serenity that you have within yourself. And to me, if you make actions and decisions based off of that, you're going to see a total change in your life. Because no matter how many things change in this life, no matter how many things go wrong, the only thing we can really do is cultivate that own sense of peace and oneness in ourselves. So if you can make actions, decisions off of that, that's going to play out in your reality. That's number one. Number two, damn, I had it, but I wanted to solidify the first step first. Number two, being an empath. Your environment. Thank you. Your environment. As an if you're not an empath, or you're not a person that's picking up on certain energetic cues or just people or just emotions, and what I mean by that is, okay, so the experience of a person who's not an empath, it's a little psychopathic a little bit. I don't have to care about the needs and wants of others. I can't feel these niggas. You see what I'm saying? So it's very easy for my mind to just strictly be focused on what I need and what I want. You know what I'm saying? So the path of a person who's not an empath, it's very solo minded. Me first. I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm thinking about, I might be cognizant of my friends and my immediate family, but other than that, I'm not really giving a fuck about nobody else. Whereas the empath, it's literally like as soon as you step outside, or even if somebody steps in your vicinity, I am now like a part of them. Like I am now like feeling what they feel now. Whereas with the first person who doesn't feel that much and can only really, and their mind is really only driven to be focused on self, you as an empath, nigga, your environment has to be so like top notch. And what I mean by top notch is like your environment has to really low key. I ain't gonna lie, as an empath, it's low key like some animal shit. It's really like your environment for an empath should really be like how a fish can't be out of water. Or like certain animals, if they go to a certain environment, they'll die just because their body is not used to that temperature and heats and climate and things like that. And that's what I'm seeing from my personal experience being an empath. It's like, of course your body you're a god, so you can be anywhere. But as a human, it's all about the experience that we want to live out. It's not about proving shit to yourself. It's not about, I can be here. No, it's about how do I live in the best way so that I can show up in the best way for others. That's really why we're doing this. I had to realize that. It's not like being selfish. It is good sometimes. So that way, when you ask me for something, I can come up 100% instead of me getting drained from everybody else. Now, when someone asks me for shit, I'm about to cuss your ass out because I'm on zero. I have nothing to give and you asking for more. It ain't no different than I got a car. If I keep pushing the fuck out this car with no gas in it, this shit is going to blow up. Like, nigga, you're tripping. You're pushing me beyond what I'm capable of. And not even just capable of, but just like I don't have the resources. How I'm supposed to give you something I don't have no gas. I don't got no gas to get you where you need to be. So you pushing on the gas, but I ain't doing shit but fucking yourself up even more. Which is the same thing with the human experience. Related back to the empath. I can put it all. We can look. I know it might seem like, damn, this nigga be all over the place. I always bring it back home. Being an empath, because you feel so much, you're naturally trying to do for people. It's not even necessarily that you're like it's not even necessarily that you're like a helpful person. It's just that you can feel everybody's shit. And if you feel something, it's like, well, I want it to get taken care of. Because so that way I don't have to focus on it no more. It doesn't have to be like, it's not in my, okay, for an empath, it's like this when picking up on other people's things, like other people's energies. It's like the friend who comes to you all the time and is complaining about their problems. Like, after a while, I'm going to be like, look, I want you to get this shit done and over with so that I don't have to hear this shit no more. It's the same thing. It's no different. I ain't gonna lie. As an empath, you're low-key kind of like people's parents. Because it's like, think about it as a parent. If your child is, well, if you're a good parent, if your child is dealing with something, you're low-key dealing with it. No, ain't no fucking low-key. You like I said, depending on the type of parent and person you are. But depending on the type, like, you're dealing with it. Your kid crying, and he ain't the one that's just angry now. Now I'm hearing you cry. Now everybody goddamn, nah, I can't enjoy my show. Now I can't enjoy my peace. I just got off of work, your ass crying, let me go to. That's how it is to be an empath. It's like you're constantly hearing people's cries. And so it's like you constantly have to, like, in a subconscious way, you're thinking like, oh, I'm just a very giving person, I'm just a very nurturing person. And that is very true. You can be like that, but at the same time, it's really just your mind and your aura and energy, whatever folk people want to call it, just picking up on everybody. And just being like, okay, I want peace. So I'm going to help out so that I can get back to my peace because I keep feeling it. So that's why I said your environment has to be very important. Because your environment, because you pick up so much in your environment, who you have around you, where you're living at, it matters. It matters quite a lot. Quite a lot. It matters a lot. What else I was going to say? It was a third one I was going to say. I said stability, environment. What's another one I would say? Stability, environment. I feel like it's the third one. It's always the third one. Yeah, the fourth one. I'm trying to see. Stability, environment. Communication. Communication is so important, especially to an empath. Why would we say that? Why would we say communication is important? Because humans have a big ass ego. I mean, I know I keep speaking like I ain't a part of the experience, and sometimes I don't feel like that. But being a human, communication is very important. Why is communication very important? Because I realize in life that a lot of people don't like communicating really. They only really like communicating when they're in a sense of authority, or when they feel good about themselves, or when they feel like they can say fuck you or shit on you. That's mainly when they want to communicate. When it comes to, talking about traumas, all the things that empaths can actually feel, you just finished getting beat by your nigga, and I feel that. But you're not gonna communicate it because you might think I'm gonna think less of you. It's not the cultural or societal thing to have these type of conversations. So now we just sit here feeling shit. Well, yeah, now we just both just sit here feeling shit we don't want to feel because you don't want to communicate. And that to me is one of the most important things about being an empath: communication. Because we can pick up on so much. And because the way this society and humans are, it's a very nothing's wrong with me, I'm fine. Nothing's wrong with me, I'm perfect. That's not reality. That's not what the fuck we're dealing with. And that's why so many people have so many mental issues. I actually even feel like that's where a lot of schizophrenia comes from. It's from you picking up on the realness of what's going on, and because people want to play this I'm fine, nothing's really the matter shit, it's throwing your sense of perception off. Because people are lying basically about how they feel about who they are, and they're putting up certain if I say hey to you, then you're I don't want to say a simple-minded person, but a person just basing off of what I'm showing, they would just be like, oh, that person said hey, he was being courteous. But deep down I could be saying hey because everybody know what the fuck I'm talking about. I ain't gotta go into depth with it, but just words mean nothing, it's the energy behind it. So we can all sit here and say shit. Women can relate to this all the time, niggas too, motherfuckers saying sweet nothings in your ear. Where's the actions? You know what I'm saying? Did it ever happen? That's to me is what a lot of empaths and just people with schizophrenia, that's really just what they're dealing with. They're dealing with a lying ass world. Keep it all the way hot with you. Ain't no different than you. Simple example. You on the phone with your girl. What's up, baby? Oh, nothing. You good? Oh, everything's fine. You know she's not good. She just not telling you. And that's what it is to be an empath. It's you constantly feeling things, but not having no... Well, I ain't gonna lie. The evidence is that you feel it. Now it's just time to feel the source. Because another thing I would say about being an empath too, now that I just said communication is, let me go over it again. Communication is very important to an empath because it helps align us with how to handle you or where you're at the moment. So if, for example, if I pull up on you and I'm happy as fuck, but you just finished going through some fucked up shit, I'ma feel that anger. Now, if I don't handle it correctly, I might think that anger is really generated at me. I might feel like I'm the cause of that anger. When really, no, nigga, I just went through some shit before this and that's why I was angry. Communication is so fucking important. Not even just on no empath shit, just on some just life shit, man. Just if so many things could have been handled the right way if certain things were just communicated and understood in a proper way. So stability, we got stability, we got environment, and we have communication. Now the fourth one, knowing thyself. as an empath, it's really easy once you identify that, okay, some of these thoughts, some of these feelings aren't mine. It can be very easy to it can be very easy to do the blame game, the projection game. Oh, it's y'all fault. It's you the one. No. This is why work in thyself is very, very, very important. Because once you work on yourself, you help annihilate all the misinformation within you. You know, what I mean by misinformation is all the false perceptions that we have about ourselves and others. As an empath, you have to always see from a point of clarity. You always have to see, to me, from a point of just straight clarity. Because being hit with so many emotions, emotions, energies, feelings, it can be very easy to just crash out, blame game, blame yourself, blame others around you. And that's not what we want. That's not the experience that we want. We want clarity in all things. And so the only way you do that is by doing the meditation and self-work on yourself, getting through any traumas that you have within yourself, being honest with yourself. All the things that you have not gotten over, all the things that you just kind of feel like, man, I'm kind of still stuck on this, or like just anything, any insecurities, we know what it is. Oh, I don't eat this in front of people because I feel like I'm fat. Oh, I'm not gonna wear that because, like, all these little internal nightmares, demons, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that we keep to ourselves, and we feel like, okay, I kept it to myself, so it's not going to affect anybody around me. But it is, though. You know, you wanted to talk to that girl wanted to talk to you, but you're so shy because of something that happened in your childhood that now she can't, like, you don't want to talk to her no more. Now that whole experience that went out the way because of some fucked up shit that happened in your childhood, or just something fucked up that happened yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, so being honest with yourself just helps out tremendously. So yeah, man, let's do it again. Stability. Communication. Stability, environment, communication, and knowing thyself. One more time. Stability, basing decisions off of the internal peace and clarity that I have for myself, and making actions and moves based off that stability and that peace. 2, environment, making sure that I am in a healthy environment. I am not the lion in Antarctica, nor am I the polar bear in the Sahara Desert. Making sure that I am in an environment that is good for my well-being so that I can show up for other people in the proper way. Number 3, I gotta remember myself, stability, communication. So that way, instead of me having all this internal dialogue, mind clutter, instead of you absorbing up all these energies from all over the place and you judging them on yourself, I have friends around me where we communicate. I'm with somebody who, okay, she's not just going to keep it inside of how she feels, and now I have to feel that, now I'm feeling this a problem with me. No. Okay, that's what you're feeling with. That's what you're dealing with. Okay, now I can show up in the correct manner. Communication. 4, know thyself. I can't communicate with you, nor can I have stability, nor can I create the proper environment for myself if I do not know thyself. If I do not know myself, I can't do any of those things. So these 4 things, to me, will help your life as an empath just go a little bit smoother. Less reactive. You know what I'm saying? So that's me. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Much love. And yeah, till next time. Peace.